Imagine an entire English settlement, over 100 men, women, and children, simply vanishing into the vast wilderness of the New World. Imagine an entire English settlement, over 100 men, women, and children, simply vanishing into the vast wilderness of the New World. No bodies, no struggle, just an empty village and a single cryptic word carved into a post. This isn't fiction. This is the chilling reality of the lost colony of Roanoke, a mystery that has haunted historians and archaeologists for centuries. It began in the late 16th century, fueled by England's ambition to establish a foothold in North America. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favorite of Queen Elizabeth I, spearheaded these initial attempts. His early expeditions to Roanoke Island, off present-day North Carolina, were exploratory, but they paved the way for a permanent settlement. In 1587, a new group of colonists, 115 strong, set sail. Among them was John White, an artist and friend of Raleigh, appointed governor. This was intended to be a true colony, complete with families. Weeks after landing, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas, arrived. A powerful symbol of hope, she represented the future of this fledgling colony, a new beginning for generations. But life was harsh, supplies dwindled, and relations with local Native American tribes grew strained. Governor White was persuaded to return to England to gather more provisions and reinforcements. He promised a swift return, but fate intervened. England was at war with Spain. The formidable Spanish Armada threatened invasion. Every available ship was commandeered, trapping White in England for 3 long years. Finally, in August 1590, White secured passage back to Roanoke. His heart must have pounded with a mixture of hope and dread as his ship approached the familiar, yet distant, shores. What he found was not the bustling colony he'd left. Instead, an unsettling silence hung over the island. The defensive palisade stood, but the houses within were gone, demolished. As White and his men searched, they found 2 crucial clues. Carved into a gatepost, clearly legible, was the word Croatoan. On a nearby tree, the letters C-R-O were etched. Crucially, there was no cross carved above the word, which they had prearranged as a distress signal in case of forced departure or danger. This indicated a planned, if urgent, relocation. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island, now Hatteras, home to a friendly Native American tribe. Was this a message, a destination? White believed the colonists had simply relocated there, but a fierce storm prevented any immediate investigation of Croatoan Island. The weather worsened, conditions grew treacherous, and White's crew refused to press on, anxious to return to safer waters. With a heavy heart, John White was forced to leave, never seeing his family or the lost colonists again. The mystery began that day, August 18, 1590. What truly happened to those 115 souls? One prominent theory suggests the colonists assimilated into a friendly Native American tribe, perhaps the Croatoan people themselves. They might have intermarried, adopting new ways of life to survive. Decades later, accounts from other English settlers described Native Americans with European features, lighter skin, gray eyes, and some who spoke English or claimed descent from Roanoke. A darker theory posits conflict. Relations with some tribes, like the Powhatan, were often hostile. Perhaps the colonists were attacked, slaughtered, or taken captive by a rival group. Another possibility is that disease, starvation, or a catastrophic storm simply wiped out the entire settlement. Life in the wilderness was brutal. Early colonies often succumbed to such hardships. Modern archaeology has uncovered tantalizing fragments, a 16th century gold signet ring, pottery shards, and remnants of what might be a colonial fort further inland near Salmon Creek. These hint at movement, not immediate annihilation. Yet, despite every excavation, every record scrutinized, the definitive answer remains elusive. The lost colony of Roanoke still baffles us. Over 400 years later, the whisper of Croatoan still echoes through the ancient trees, a permanent riddle etched into American history. An entire community gone, leaving only shadows and speculation. Join us next time as we dive into another chilling history.